And guess who came through for Lou? A poet, author, and a hood spiritualist who has his way with words, and he makes sure to speak a word during our interview that has come through to give what needed to be given, boo. His inspiration and his anticipation for life is discussed, along with the things of all things of chasing LA. So let's have a chat today. What you make
We
it
got
up.
a new song though. We got a new song.
So prepared to sing "Life is Sweet,"
Actually,
but okay, I was
you
so
know what?
prepared.
I was too. It's
But I
crazy.
do, I do. I get it, and I get it, and I get
So
it,
good that I
I
gotta
get it.
look at it.
It's
Find
very LA. It's very LA though.
Guess Who with Lou is where I come through to chat with who you do know or don't know but need to know. I'm chatting with the best and there will be mess, but you will never know who is next.
For the viewers, how old are you? I know you're not supposed to ask a lady her age, but hey.
I am in the last year of my 20s. I am 29.
I'm here for it. So, where are you from?
I am born and raised in LA, originally from Compton. So yeah, I'm born and raised right here.
So that's where the hood spiritualist comes from.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Very much raised in the hood, and I got my whole hood ways. And as I got older and went through life, went through some very dark moments, some moments of suicide, some addiction moments. Well, for a few years, some addiction moments. When I was coming out of that was when I got much more spiritual. So I always say, like, I'm a hood spiritualist. Like, I love God and I love to have all that good meditation and kumbaya, but I will check you and I
Is
will
that
check you out.
if
If need be, I will let you know all of that. So I'm trying to find that good balance.
speaking of that, do you have any advice for, anybody who's experiencing depression currently or, dealing with suicidal thoughts and stuff like that?
My advice would be, and I know it's going to sound like a cliche, but it does get better. It really does. And you
Mm-hmm.
have to take it day by day. If you can just hold on to the next day
Mm-hmm.
and know that you are worth it, know that everything that you're going through is for a purpose and a reason,
Mm-hmm.
and you have a greater calling on your life. And
Right.
sometimes it's hard, it's difficult, especially in the world that we live in. It gets
Okay.
challenging. Trust me, I know it gets dark, it gets crazy.
I'm turning my fan off and I almost stepped on a cup of water, but you can keep talking, child. They're gonna hear all this wheel. I'm like, girl, it's hot in the room.
But yeah, I would just say you have to just hold on. You know,
Right. And then what's your zodiac sign?
I am a Scorpio. If you are really into zodiac, my big three is Scorpio, Cancer, Scorpio. So
Mm,
I'm
uh,
a
uh,
full water sign, emotional mess.
so music, poetry, and author. What was your first love?
My first love is music. I fell in love with music in like the 90s. 90s R&B is my favorite. There will
Mm-hmm.
be no better genre or era of music other than 90s R&B. I don't care what y'all say. Um, and I was one of those kids because back then we had the CDs, and the CDs had these little booklets and had like all the words in it. And I
Yeah.
would have the CD playing, and I would have the words, and I'll be looking at the words and singing them. And I just fell in love with just, I guess, I guess the like whole art of just storytelling within a short period of time. Because the song is only 3 to 5 minutes, and they're telling a whole story within this one song.
Who and what inspired your career?
Mm. So me getting into poetry was because I read a poem by Langston Hughes. And I got into Langston Hughes. The poem is called Minstrel Man by
Mm-hmm.
him. I have to go look that up. And that really just inspired me just to start. to just write and just to get my emotions out. Because as a kid, I was getting bullied. I was, fighting, arguing with people, teachers and stuff. And also, one of my counselors in high school, because I was in the midst of fighting and arguing and all that stuff, she made me sit in her office, and she gave me a piece of paper and was like, "I want you to write out everything that you're feeling." And also, my brother. Later on in life, as I started to do my stuff more and more, my brother became a big inspiration. He was like, "Look, go do it. Like, it's good. Just put it out there." And I didn't take it seriously until he passed away. He passed away in 2018, and that was like my big shake of like, you playing.
Like, how did you get involved with Chasing Reality? I have to say,
it is. I love that theme song.
Yeah.
But okay, so Chasing Reality. This is a crazy story, and it does get a little spiritual as well. Mm-hmm. So I was already a big fan of Atlanta and Dallas.
Right.
I had watched them since season 1, so I love them. Q was one of my favorites. Excuse me. So I was like following him on like Instagram and stuff, like everything. And so I said, hey, if they ever come to LA, I'm going to be on it. Fast forward, I see in like early 2020, I see Q moves to LA. And no lie to you, that night I sat down, I prayed, I wrote down in my journal, Q is going to do Chasing LA, and I am going to be picked on the cast. And I probably like sat on that and meditated on it for a good like 2 months. And I think it was like in the middle of second season of Dallas, towards the end, was when they announced Chasing LA. And I called my best friend like, "Bitch, it's here. I got an audition." Even though I was scared to like do it, because like I was like, "Ooh, shit! Like, did I just manifest this?"
Right.
I was like, "Wait a minute, dude."
Right.
And mind you, I waited to like audition to like the second to last day.
First impressions of the cast. Who was a bop and who was a flop?
Ah! Not who was a bop and who was a flop. Okay. My first impressions of the cast, that first day, that first night was a lot.
Woo.
I left that first night, and y'all didn't even see. Y'all didn't even see, like, those two was going back and forth all night long for hours. Yeah. We were at that place for at least a good 2 to 3 hours. They was going back and forth the whole night. But I had heard of Jeremy, so when I saw him, I was like, "Oh, cool, Jeremy." Jeremy's definitely a bop. I think I was kind of just sitting back trying to feel everybody out. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I wasn't too sure about Alicia. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't too sure about Fran either. So for like my first 2 people, I was like, okay, I don't know about y'all.
All right, what is it really giving?
Yeah. But other than that, I didn't think anybody was really like a flop. I was just trying to feel everybody out.
So at this current moment, who can you kick it with and who can kick rocks?
At this current moment right now, me and Hershey are good. Me and Jayla are cool. Me and King are actually still cool. Despite the comment, me and him had a very long, detailed conversation about it. But yeah, I'm really cool with Jeremy, King, Jayla. Me and Alicia are cool. Hershey. Yeah.
Okay. What were your initial goals with this opportunity? Do you feel like they changed or were they achieved?
My initial goals was just to come on the show. It was to showcase my talent. It was to showcase some poetry in spoken word. I feel like on these shows we always see the singers and the makeup artists and the stylists and and those are great. Don't get me wrong. I love those. But also I wanted to show that, gay black men are talented in other ways. And there are other venues and other avenues that we actually dominate in and that we are absolutely just amazing in. And I want to open everyone's eyes to a poet being entertaining and not just a hair wrap and some incense and some snaps
Right.
and some Maya Angelou, I Rise. Like, yes, that is poets, but child, it's 2021. Poets are so much more.
You kind of are. I was going to say, walking into your first group scene, what was running through your mind?
I was nervous
Okay.
because I didn't know these people. Like, I didn't know. Really, you don't know what people's motives are. Like, I don't know if everyone's here just to be who they are and just show what they do, or if people are coming with like characters already set up and in mind. So really, like on the first night, I was pretty quiet for the most part. Um, there was a moment I did have on the first night, but that first night, that first scene, I was nervous, and as we kind of got going with conversation, I was just kind of just making notes, like, okay.
What did you think of episode 1 overall?
I thought it was short. I thought it was very, very short. I thought it was going to be longer.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, I still thought it was good. We didn't get into everybody. I thought like we were all going to have like this introduction moment where you kind of get to know us each a little bit. But then I realized it's 10 of us total, so that'll be a long ass episode.
Yeah. And then where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Ooh. In 5 years, I
Mm-hmm.
see myself. First off, I see myself out of my 9 to 5 job that I did.
Oh, me and you both. I'm over it.
But in 5 years, I see myself as a full-time poet, artist, touring, writing more books, into songwriting, and really just being 100% in my art and just, sharing my story and in hopes that it does inspire other people to share their truth and share their story.
Oh, you know what? I need to backtrack to episode 1. What made you want to put out the public apology? Because I've never seen a gay reality star do that. I've never, out of all these shows, they've never done that. So I was like, wow, that's very mature of him.
Okay. I knew this was so with that whole comment that I said, initially I was not thinking the way that it was taken by a lot of people. Like I said, King and Andre were going back and forth damn near the whole night, like on and off. And there was just a lot of stuff said that they both were reading and shading each other on. So my intent was with the question that I was asked in my green screen, was to kind of show like y'all are reading each other about the same thing and y'all are the same thing. So I don't get why y'all are reading each other. Why is it so damn hostile?
Right.
Of course, my words came out very wrong and, I use very bad choice of words.
Mm-hmm.
And, I very much take that, that's what came out of my mouth. That's what I said. That wasn't my intent to be like colorist or mean or evil or anything. And
Right.
when I saw all the comments of the people, it let me know, okay, this is bigger than just us in this show.
Mm-hmm.
And for anything, because at times, sometimes it takes you seeing yourself and hearing what your words actually hit people with. Sometimes it takes seeing that and like hearing that to really have it hit you and be like, damn, bitch, that was fucked up. And you know you wrong for that. And yeah, so I was really just like, I was feeling down. I was like, fuck, that was not how I wanted to be introduced to the world. Or
Right.
but I was like, you know what? I said it, I do own the fact that I did say it. And I'm going to apologize. I'm someone that if I do something wrong and I could see where I fucked up at and be like, ooh, bitch, that was ooh. Like I read myself that night.
Mhm. What is one thing about Quan the poet that people don't know, but they need to know?
Oh, um, I guess I would say I really wear my heart on my sleeve. You're
Okay.
going, and I think you guys will find that out as the season goes on. Um,
Hmm.
you're going to see when I get upset, when I get very emotional. I'm very passionate about anything that I do, and anything that I'm passionate about. If someone attacks it in any way, the claws come out sometimes. But yeah, I am a very passionate person, a very loving person, and really, I'm really like just like a big ass open book. So right now, head over to quamthepoet.com. I have my book, The Struggle. There I also have my I am merch, which is a line of positive affirmations. And
Hmm.
currently, I am working on a spoken word EP that will be dropping. I'm not gonna say the date, but it will be dropping this summer. Um,
Hmm.
the date's still a little flexy, but it
Right.
will be dropping this summer of my spoken word EP. But yes, head over to quanthepoet.com. The book is there, the merch is there. You can see videos and clips of me doing my thing live. And yeah.
Okay. Well, life is truly what you make it.
If you enjoyed the interview, then you will enjoy the season. Make sure to check out these queers of color chasing checks and reading the train wrecks on Chasing LA, only on Chasing Reality.